I'm just saying.
There's been several pinch me moments in my career, but it's also like in life, you know, just having gratitude and understanding like this came with a lot of pain and struggle and time.
No matter what the nationality is, and especially if they're not Arabic speakers, you don't need to understand an Oriental beat to dance to it.
Hello, welcome to Qatar 365 with me, Adil Halim. On this episode, we explore the world of comedy and entertainment. I sat down with comedian and TV star Amir, and Lila Humaira met some Doha-based comedians who do stand-up just for fun. But first, Joanna Hoos is singing and eating the night away to experience Doha's vibrant culinary entertainment and explore the fusion of music and gastronomy.
Steak served with a side of jazz. A pairing that's quite literally music to the ears of diners at Chicago Rare, a restaurant in Doha where every meal starts on a high note.
Trying to combine music and food, you need to find the elements where they complement each other rather than compete, right? So finding that harmony between having an amazing band and at the same time, we like to lead a guest through a culinary experience here. It's very important for us to make sure that every guest leaves with the wow factor.
Located here in the newly opened Four Seasons The Pearl, Chicago Rare transports diners back to the early 20th century. Inspired by the food and beverage establishments in the United States that operated out of plain sight, the Art Deco restaurant instills a sense of nostalgia, serving up traditional American cuisine with a dash of the Roaring '20s.
The 9 years that I spent in Chicago really helped me basically to create a menu, reflective of what Chicago looked like in the 1920s, but also like creating like those old recipes and modernizing it a little bit. So it's great.
For bass player Samuel, life is not all about jazzy blasts from the past. For his other job, he has to hit a different set of keys as a computer science teacher. But the stage is where he gets his energy.
Yes, so the ambience for me is everything. Seeing amazing people, locals in Qatar, foreigners in Qatar, mix up to listen to same jazz music, eating good food. It's amazing. It's amazing. I just love it.
Another feast for the senses comes courtesy of Saks over at the St. Regis Hotel. Every night, the soulful restaurant turns up the music, blending high-end dining with tunes from the Middle East and beyond.
The inspiration behind starting Saks is having the nice blend of that fine dining and the clubbing experience, meeting everyone's expectations. What sets Saks apart is that international menu, plus the live entertainment, the happy vibe in the place. It all blends in very well.
Saturdays at Saks mean one thing: jam night, a lively gastronomic experience designed around rhythms from the region.
We were thinking of doing something special for Saturday nights here at Saks by focusing on Middle Eastern music, because it is really a very rich cultural region here, especially when it regards to Oriental music. And so we try to offer our guests unique melodies and rhythms that make everyone wants to move and really enjoy the music, even though they don't understand the lyrics.
So that jam night is interesting for everyone, no matter what the nationality is, and especially if they're not Arabic speakers. You don't need to understand an Oriental beat to dance to it.
If you're hungry for food or for music, Doha's dinner entertainment hits the right note. So whether you have rhythm or two left feet like me, put on your dancing shoes for a groove down culinary and musical lane.
He shared the stage with Dave Chappelle and the big screen with The Rock. Amir is no stranger to the bright lights. The Palestinian-American has several comedy specials and even his own semi-autobiographical show on Netflix. I sat down with Mo ahead of his stand-up show in Doha.
Oh, hello, Mohammed. Yeah, we need your thumbprint, yeah.
Well, you're living a life most comedians would dream of. You've worked with The Rock, you've toured with Dave Chappelle, you won a Peabody for your own Netflix show. What's been the biggest pinch me moment of your career so far?
This right here.
I appreciate it.
being so dope to have our own theater to do an interview in. This is it. No.
It's the pinnacle, right?
No, alhamdulillah, bro. Like I feel very blessed. This didn't happen overnight. It's very important to highlight. It took, over 2 decades to get here. I was reflecting upon it today, Been blessed to come here and do a show and get treated so well. And I was kind of like laughing at myself driving as a teenager 12 hours each way to, make $75 to get into a club and hopefully have a future in it. So it's a beautiful thing to be here 24 years later. Shows that hard work, determination, and focus puts you in really a lot of pinch me moments. But yeah, Robert De Niro, that's the short answer. Robert De Niro, when I met Robert De Niro, that was by far one of my, he was the only person I fanned out on, to be honest.
Yeah?
He was the only person I was like, I literally screamed.
Was he cool?
And I hugged him, and I squeezed him for so long like this. I held him, and he was right here. And I looked at him, and I was like, hug you too long? And I swear to you, he goes, a little bit. I was like, oh my God, he did the thing.
You talk openly about your Palestinian heritage. For some of your audience, I imagine this might be the first time they're hearing a Palestinian comedian, or they might be the first time seeing a Palestinian family on screen. How does that play into your creative process?
It's who I am, right? I'm Palestinian. Like this, obviously with the absolute devastation that's happening now, it's gut-wrenching. Nothing feels good. Everything feels tasteless. Our hearts are all broken. I can't even talk about it. But what you do is you stay true to that identity and you stay true to that, and then everything will shift to your way.
So considering the state of our world, how much more difficult does it make your job? You're on stage, vulnerable, making people laugh. Is it also like a cathartic experience for you to be up on stage?
Yeah, no, it's very cathartic. Stand-up for sure has always been that source of healing for me, and it's my own therapy. It's always been that. And now, as I'm doing stand-up, of course, and never stop doing stand-up, simultaneously making a TV show, making a series, writing it, directing it, acting in it, that's so personal. It's sometimes like copy-paste of what actually happened in my life. And knowing that these people, these family members are not with you, and you have to like live through it again and recreate it and do it justice while telling the story, it's gut-wrenching. I can't tell you how many times where I had to just walk away and just be by myself and just, clear my heart and mind. So it's one of those things. Man, I'm dropping gems on this show.
Wow, we appreciate it.
This is crazy. It's like Oprah's here or something.
All right, Mo, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Hamir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Inspiring words from Mo Amir. Qatar's stand-up comedy scene may be small, but it's been around a lot longer than you may think. So, how has this form of entertainment grown over the years? Lila Humara met some aspiring Doha-based comedians to find out.
It's Thursday night in Lusail, and stand-up comedy Qatar is hosting Just Kidding, their monthly show here at the Collectors Cafe. First to take the stage is Ronald Semaganda. The Ugandan native has been a member of the club less than a year, but he's quickly become a crowd favorite. Ronald has also performed a one-hour comedy special called Far From Africa, inspired by his roots of origin.
Most of my jokes are transitional jokes, like jokes that shows the difference between cultures. I show you how we do it the African way and how you guys do it here.
I might have just want a football team.
Set up in 2010, stand-up comedy Qatar has become the place for Ronald and around 15 other people from all over the world to gather and share a common passion.
It's at this cafe that Qatar's aspiring comedians perform once a month, dropping witty punchlines, entertaining the crowd, and by doing that, honing their craft. These events also strengthen camaraderie amongst a group of people who enjoy laughing together, at each other, and sometimes even at themselves.
For some reason, we're all awkward in a sense, but we belong with each other. And it might be one of the few places where you can just come and be yourself and not be judged.
Mariam Salim and Muhammad Ayman have been part of the tight-knit club since its early days. While members come and go, one rule that hasn't changed is for everyone to be as welcoming as possible.
We like to welcome new comedians because we want to meet new people, we want to meet new backgrounds, we need some cultural diversity. So diversity, it adds strength to the group.
The club meets often to exchange ideas, go through jokes, and rehearse. Beyond just entertaining the crowd, the members help each other refine their material and share suggestions for everyone to improve.
It's not just about making people laugh. A good stand-up comedian is someone who has energy on stage from where he starts the performance to where he ends the performance. But mostly a good stand-up comedian is a comedian who writes his own joke.
For some of the members, stand-up comedy gives them a chance to embrace a side of themselves they don't often show.
I used to do it for me, just to express myself. Some people prefer comedy than therapy because it's cheaper. I'm joking. Some of my friends tell me that they see someone else on stage, but in my mind, I'm the same person, whether it's on stage or in real life.
And while everyday life can get mundane or stressful, the members of Stand-Up Comedy Qatar know they'll always have a place where they can escape to, and it's as simple as a night of laughter.
I think the stand-up comedy stage is different than any other stages because it gives you that non-judgmental space and a free space to talk about anything and everything. So it's a good place to feel your pain with others, to share pain with others in a very different manner.
From musicians to comedians and professionals to amateurs, we saw a wide range of entertainment in this episode. But sadly, that's a wrap. Quite literally, as that's all the time we have for now. For more, check out Euronews.com and connect with us through our hashtag. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Qatar 365.